kingdom. But he is so old that he cannot come to you. You will have to go to him and ask him this question. So the next day the king went to the sage and asked him the meaning of peace. And the sage quietly went to the back of the house, came back with a grain of wheat, and placed that grain of wheat on the king's palm and said, "Here is your answer." And of course the king didn't know what a grain of wheat had to do with peace, and he didn't want to show his ignorance. So he just quietly clutched that grain of wheat, went back to his palace, found a little gold box, and placed that grain of wheat in the box. And every day he would open the box to see if he could find an answer. And of course he couldn't find any answers. So a few days later, when the intellectual came back on a return visit, the king asked him to explain. He said, "You sent me to the sage and he gave me this grain of wheat, and I don't know what a grain of wheat has to do with peace. So please explain." That's when the sage said, "It's very simple." He said, "As long as you keep this grain of wheat in this box, nothing is going to happen. It will eventually rot and perish, and that will be the end of the story. But if you had allowed this grain of wheat to interact with all the elements, if you had planted this outside in the soil, it would sprout, sprout and grow, and very soon you could have a whole field of wheat. And that is the meaning of peace. So I have come to you today with the grain of wheat that I got from my grandfather, and I am sharing it with you. And I hope that you won't let it rot and perish, but let it interact so that all of us together can make this world a better place for future generations. Thank you.